when you punch, ideally what happens is it's like a hose. If you create tension in your body at any point, the water stops flowing. So when you hit somebody, I'm going to show this as a push to start. Right? There should be a complete, easy transfer of energy through your whole body. From the feet to the hips to the hands. Comfortable. And at any point you tense and you flex, you're going to struggle with that punch. I'm not trying to go esoteric on you, but I want you to understand this. It's important. So many people, what they do is they focus on their body when they hit, when they're learning martial arts. Are my feet right? Are my hips right? Am I getting hip into it? Am I digging? And you can't transfer energy that way because this isn't mystical. It's just how your brain works. If you tell your brain to touch here and stop, it will. If you tell your brain to go to here, it will. Or your body just follows the brain. If you are focused on your body when you hit, the command is in your body and that's where the energy stays. At some point you have to understand that all the technique you've ever learned is worthless. You can't think or do the technique when you're in a fight. You have to have enough faith that what you learn will come out naturally. And the only thing you should be focused on is the intent coming through this person. So when you hit them, it shouldn't be, hey, I'm going to throw this hard dig back. That's why people dig back for power all the time, right? They lack faith. They go to their body and they try to go back, but it wrecks their alignment. If you just learn how to throw that hand and let it jump out, you'll have a lot more power on it. When I hit, I don't focus on this at all, nor do I really look at it. I kind of see it in my peripheral vision, but I don't stare at it, because if you stare at the point, that's where your brain stops. But if you relax your mind and just kind of see it and let it go through, that's where the power goes. And your body will follow your mind's intent. If your intent goes to do this, the body will follow it. So when you throw, it's almost like you have to ignore this is here and see past it. And when you throw, what you want is you want to feel with your fists what happens. That's another thing people are terrible at. They're not sensitive with their hands. They get so excited about the body, they just throw and they hit things and they have no feeling of what's going on with their hands. There's no predetermined thing. I throw through the pad, I let my hand feel it, and it goes where what the feel is. It's got to be like a good chiropractor, massage therapist. So let's say I hit him, and he's movable, right? So I'm going to hit him, and I'm going to kind of let the energy flow. See him bounce? Now, my body followed through because the fist felt it go, and so I followed it. To a point, you don't want to overfollow it so you tip yourself. When you're done, you're done. The arm goes as far as he goes. Now let's say he braces. What happens is when you hit this one, he's not going to move. You have to be sensitive enough to feel the fact that that's not going to happen. If you try to continue this push through with your arm on an opponent that's not moving, it's going to mess your mechanics up. You have to feel the bounce. What happens is I hit that point, I feel the energy transfer, I hold it for a fraction of a second to transfer the energy, and then I let it bounce back to position on its own naturally. It's not that I go like this, push and pull. When it hits, when it finishes, it comes back. Like that. If you've ever been in a pool and you splash and you watch the waves go across the pool, that's kind of what you're trying to do. You're trying to throw that energy into him when you do it. So when I throw it, there's that energy that transfers in. It's a different hit, because there's like push hits, and there's hits that go like this, and you can feel the energy bounce inside. If you've ever been hit by someone who can really do that, it feels really weird, because it goes inside and it swells. It's unpleasant. How you hit is dependent on what your opponent does also. And you have to have enough sensitivity in your hands to do that. When I hit, like, I don't look at the target. I kind of see the whole thing. And as I come, I just let my hands jump. I put how much intent on it I want, how deep I want to hit. And then I feel with my hands how deep the hit goes. If it goes, it might do this. If he resists, it might do this and bounce. But you have to hold it long enough to let that energy transfer through. If you just short hit it, it won't do you any good. You see a lot of guys that do those quick hits, and they're surface hits. They don't hurt. Make sure they stick. Make sure it holds. Make sure you're loose enough in the body to where the energy can transfer all the way to them. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments. Feel free to share. It helps the channel grow.